Have you ever stood in front of the mirror wearing an outfit that looked beautiful on the hanger, but somehow it just didn't feel like you? Maybe you couldn't quite put your finger on it, but something about it made you feel off. Not older, necessarily, but less vibrant, less confident. You see, fashion should celebrate who we are at every stage of life, not hide us or overpower us. And believe it or not, sometimes it's not the cut or the color, but the print that's quietly working against us. As we grow older, our sense of style doesn't disappear. It evolves. What once felt playful and bold may now feel busy and overwhelming. That doesn't mean we have to play it safe or give up prints altogether. In fact, the right prints can highlight your best features, bring out your natural glow, and reflect the elegance and confidence that only comes with time. In today's video, we're diving into 12 prints that might actually be aging you, and more importantly, what to wear instead. These are small changes that can make a huge difference in how you look and feel, because fashion after 50 is not about chasing trends. It's about finding what truly honors who you are today. Let's get started. Part 1. When prints wear you, instead of you wearing them. Have you ever tried on a blouse or a dress that had all the right elements, flattering cut, perfect length, even a great color, but somehow it still didn't work? You looked in the mirror, and instead of seeing your face, your eyes went straight to the wild pattern shouting for attention. That's not a coincidence. It's a sign that the print is wearing you. At a certain point in life, we've earned the right to be seen, truly seen, not as a background to our clothing, not as a mannequin for trends, but as the elegant, vibrant, wise woman we are. The problem is, some prints can steal the spotlight. They dominate your frame, drown out your features, and distract from the natural grace you've cultivated over decades. Let's talk about the kinds of prints that do this, and more importantly, what to wear instead, because there are beautiful, sophisticated options that enhance your beauty, not compete with it. 1. Large florals that overpower. Big, bold floral prints may feel romantic and lively, but they can also feel overwhelming. These prints tend to dominate the outfit and make your frame look smaller or disproportionate. Instead of seeing you, people notice the giant flowers. And if the floral is in high contrast, say hot pink on black, it can even make your skin tone appear dull or uneven. Try this instead. Look for smaller, more delicate floral prints. Think watercolor-style designs or florals in muted tones. They add a soft, feminine touch without shouting. The goal isn't to hide, it's to harmonize with your features, your skin tone, and your presence. 2. Loud geometric prints. Big blocks, sharp zigzags, or large repetitive shapes might seem bold and modern, but they rarely do mature women any favors. These patterns can break up your silhouette in awkward ways, or draw attention to areas you might not want to highlight. Harsh lines can also contrast too much with the softness of aging skin, creating an unbalanced effect. A better choice: opt for geometric designs with gentle curves, smaller scale, and low-contrast color palettes. Think soft chevrons, flowing shapes, or mosaic-style prints in complementary tones. These maintain structure and interest without turning you into a walking billboard. 3. Het busy, chaotic abstracts. Abstract prints are meant to be artistic and expressive. But if they have too many competing colors or jarring elements, they often become visual noise. The result? Your outfit looks confused, and so does your style. Instead of elegance, it reads as clutter. Go with this. Choose abstract prints with a clear focal point or a coordinated palette. Maybe 2 or 3 colors max. Monochromatic or tonal patterns still feel artistic, but they're much more refined. Think intentional, not accidental. 4. Oversized animal prints. Now, let's be honest. Animal print can be fabulous. But when it's oversized or covers your entire outfit, it can move from chic to costumey real fast. Giant leopard spots or zebra stripes can look cartoonish, and they often compete with your face rather than frame it. Use this trick. Treat animal print as an accent, not a full canvas. Try a well-cut blouse with subtle print, or add it in small ways, a scarf, belt, or shoes. Also, stick to neutral animal print tones like beige, soft brown, or gray to keep things sophisticated. Final thought for this section. The best prints don't fight for attention. They invite it. They draw people in gently, allow your features to shine, and become part of a whole that looks effortless and graceful. When you stop letting prints wear you and start choosing prints that reflect you, everything changes. Up next, we'll look at one of the most overlooked elements in style, color. Because even the prettiest pattern can fall flat if the tones work against your natural beauty. Let's talk about how to make color your secret weapon. Part 2. The hidden power of color. Why some prints age you instantly. We often talk about prints in terms of shape or size, but what's just as important and often overlooked is color. You could wear the most beautifully designed pattern, but if the colors are too harsh, too bright, or just not right for your skin tone, that outfit can drain your glow in seconds. Color isn't just a background element. It plays directly with your complexion, your undertones, and even the energy you give off. And as we age, our skin tone naturally softens. What looked vibrant and flattering in our 30s may now feel harsh or make us look tired. But the good news? The right colors can light you up from the inside out. They can lift your features, smooth your look, and help you feel instantly more radiant. Let's go through a few common color mistakes in prints and how to fix them. 1. High contrast. Black and white prints are often seen as classic, but when they're high contrast, think big checkerboards or thick stripes, they can be too stark for mature skin. The pure black against pure white creates hard lines and deep shadows, which can exaggerate fine lines or make your face look more drawn than it actually is. What to wear instead? Try navy and cream, or charcoal and warm ivory. These combinations still offer contrast, but in a softer, more forgiving way. They're elegant, timeless, and much easier on the skin, especially under natural light. 2. Neon and hypersaturated colors. Bright neon shades, hot pink, electric green, neon orange, can feel playful and youthful, but they're rarely flattering past a certain age. These colors often clash with mature skin tones, making uneven pigmentation, dark circles, or age spots more noticeable. Even if you love boldness, neon usually ends up wearing you instead of enhancing you. Your better option? Go for rich, deep jewel tones. Think emerald green, sapphire blue, ruby red, or deep amethyst. These colors are luxurious, flattering, and full of life, without overpowering your natural features. If you love brightness, let it be refined. 3. Too many competing colors in one print. This one is sneaky. A print with 6 or 7 different bright colors might look fun on a hanger, but when you wear it, your eye doesn't know where to focus. Neither does anyone else's. Instead of a harmonious look, it reads as chaotic. And that can take away from your own natural beauty. What works better? Choose prints with a limited color palette. 2, maybe 3 shades that work together. For example, a blush pink and sage green floral on a cream background, or a soft navy with pale lavender accents. The more intentional the color combination, the more put together you'll appear. 4. Overly dark backgrounds. Prints with deep black or heavy brown backgrounds might feel safe, but they can drag your whole look down. Dark backgrounds absorb light, which can make your skin appear dull and make the outfit feel heavy or somber, even if the pattern itself is beautiful. Lighten it up. Try prints on mid-tone or light backgrounds, soft taupe, dusty blue, muted lavender, or even pale terracotta. These still feel grounded, but they reflect light back onto your face and make your whole presence feel more open and welcoming. 5. The undertone trap. Cool pastels versus warm skin and vice versa. Here's something most people miss. Not all pastels are created equal. If you have warm undertones, meaning your skin looks best with gold jewelry and you tan easily, cool-toned pastels like icy blue or mint green might wash you out. On the other hand, if you have cool undertones, better with silver jewelry and pinkish skin, then peach or buttery yellow might clash with your natural coloring. So how do you fix this? Start by identifying your undertone. You can test this with the inside of your wrist, the color of your veins, or by looking at which metal jewelry suits you best. Then choose pastels accordingly. Warm undertones. Go for ivory, warm blush, soft peach, or apricot. Cool undertones. Choose periwinkle, lavender, light gray, or icy pink. Once you match the color temperature of your prints to your skin, you'll immediately look fresher, even without makeup. Final thought. The right color doesn't just make your outfit work, it makes you shine. It lifts your face, softens your features, and lets your presence, not just your clothes, take center stage. Color, when used thoughtfully, becomes your secret weapon for effortless style. Coming up next, we'll talk about how some patterns, no matter how nostalgic or trendy, might be quietly aging your wardrobe. But don't worry, I'll also show you the timeless alternatives that will keep your style fresh, elegant, and uniquely you. Part 3. Outdated or overdone. The prints that quietly age your wardrobe. Sometimes, the problem with a print isn't that it's too loud or too colorful. It's simply that it feels stuck in time. Maybe it reminds you of a blouse you wore in the 90s or something that once felt playful and fresh, but now just doesn't sit right. These patterns aren't bad per se, but they often carry a dated vibe that doesn't align with the polished, refined look many women over 50 are aiming for. Style isn't about chasing youth. It's about expressing where you are in life with confidence and grace. So if a pattern makes you feel like you're playing dress up rather than dressing up, it might be time to let it go. Let's walk through a few of the most common offenders, and more importantly, what you can wear instead. 1. Oversized polka dots. Polka dots are a classic, no doubt. But when they're large, think quarter-sized or bigger. They can look exaggerated and, frankly, a bit cartoonish. Instead of adding a touch of whimsy, they pull focus and often read as overly playful or even juvenile. This is especially true when they're in high contrast colors like black and white or red and white. Try this instead. Opt for smaller polka dots, ideally in neutral or muted tones. Navy with white, black with ivory, or even tonal-on-tonal combinations like blush on beige look vintage-inspired without feeling stuck in the past. They add interest and movement without overwhelming your look. 2. Thick horizontal stripes. Stripes can be slimming or stretching, depending on how you wear them. But wide, horizontal stripes, especially in bold colors, tend to make the body appear boxy or wider than it is. They can visually cut you in half, and that's not something anyone wants from their outfit. Better option, vertical or diagonal stripes are much more flattering. They guide the eye up and down, elongating your silhouette. And if you love horizontal stripes, go for thinner, more spaced out ones in soft or neutral colors. You'll still get that nautical feel without the visual heaviness. 3. Tie-dye prints. There's a time and place for tie-dye. A backyard barbecue in a cozy tee? Sure. But as a style statement for everyday fashion, it can be tricky. Tie-dye often comes across as messy or too casual. The irregular patterns and bright color blends tend to clash with the sophistication many mature women are drawn to. Instead, look for ombre or watercolor style prints. These give the same sense of artistic flair, but in a softer, more elegant way. They flow across the fabric like a painting, not a splash. It's subtle, graceful, and a lot more wearable. 4. Camouflage patterns. Camo prints have had their moments in fashion and they'll probably keep coming back, but they rarely read as refined. Most camouflage is made up of muddy greens, browns, and blacks, all of which can weigh down your look and feel too rugged for a polished wardrobe. Try this alternative. Instead of camo, go for nature-inspired prints with leaves, branches, or soft florals in earthy tones. They still connect to nature, but they do it in a way that complements your features rather than clashing with them. Think elegance rooted in nature, not in military vibes. 5. Graphic logos and slogan prints. Big logos, slogans, or cartoon-style graphics are fun if you're 18. For women over 50, they often feel out of place. Not because we can't be playful, but because these elements tend to cheapen an outfit instead of elevate it. Swap it for this. Look for patterns that carry character in a more subtle way, like houndstooth, paisley, or even a minimalistic print with fine detailing. These designs are timeless, often steeped in history, and they bring personality without shouting. Here's the bottom line. If a pattern makes you feel like you're dressing for someone else, or for a version of yourself from 20 years ago, it might be time to retire it. The good news? There are so many prints out there that honor your maturity, your energy, and your evolving sense of self. Next, we'll explore how to make those more refined prints come alive, and how to wear them in a way that feels artistic, stylish, and unmistakably you. Part 4. Subtle, not boring. How to wear prints that elevate, not hide you. Let's clear something up right now. Refined doesn't mean dull, and subtle doesn't mean invisible. One of the biggest misconceptions women face as they age is that they need to tone things down or fade into the background. That couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, this stage of life might be the best time to experiment with prints that are artistic, expressive, and full of personality, just done with intention and grace. The trick is in the details. It's about knowing how to choose prints that feel like an extension of you, not something you're trying on for someone else. Let's look at how to make subtle prints look elevated and unforgettable. 1. Nature-inspired prints done right. Nature is one of the richest sources of timeless design, but we're not talking about oversized tropical leaves or neon parrots. Think delicate branches, understated florals, soft silhouettes of vines, or minimalist leaf shapes. These types of prints are incredibly flattering when done in earthy tones like sage, stone, soft blush, or sand. They bring calm, balance, and a sense of grounded femininity to your look. And best of all, they never go out of style. 2. Embroidered details instead of loud prints. If you want to wear something with texture and personality, but hate the idea of loud patterns, embroidery might be your best friend. A blouse with a subtle embroidered hem or sleeve brings depth to your outfit without screaming for attention. You're not just adding a print, you're adding craftsmanship. Look for neutral-toned embroidery on linen, cotton, or silk. These textures naturally pair with embroidered accents, giving your wardrobe a handcrafted, elevated look that quietly stands out. 3. Tone-on-tone patterns for depth and sophistication. Sometimes the most powerful prints are the ones you hardly notice at first glance. Tone-on-tone prints, where the pattern is in the same color family as the fabric, are incredibly chic. They add visual texture without cluttering the silhouette. Examples: a dove gray blouse with a slightly darker gray paisley, a pale rose dress with floral embroidery in the same tone. These looks are rich, elegant, and refined, but never boring. 4. Prints that follow the lines of your body. Another great way to make prints work for you is to be mindful of placement. Look for designs that follow or flatter your shape. For example, vertical floral vines that elongate the body, or patterns concentrated near the neckline to draw attention upward. Avoid prints that are scattered all over with no flow or rhythm. Instead, go for those that guide the eye naturally, toward your face, your shoulders, your waist, wherever you feel most confident. 5. Let the fabric speak. 2. Sometimes the print doesn't need to carry all the weight. Certain fabrics, like chiffon, silk, linen, or jacquard, have their own subtle texture and sheen that elevate even the simplest print. A soft print on a high-quality fabric instantly feels more luxurious and polished than a loud one on stiff or cheap material. If the fabric moves with you, reflects light gently, or layers well with basics, it can turn a simple outfit into a sophisticated statement. Remember this, you're not dressing to disappear. You're dressing to reflect who you are right now. Subtle prints can absolutely make a statement, not through noise, but through clarity, intention, and self-assurance. Coming up next, we'll bring everything together with practical tips to help you identify your signature prints, those that feel effortless, elegant, and completely in tune with your personal style. Part 5. Finding your signature print. Dress in a way that reflects you. Now that we've covered what to avoid and what to embrace, let's shift gears. Because here's the truth. Fashion is personal. The most flattering print in the world won't do you any good if it doesn't feel like you. So how do you take everything we've discussed, scale, color, subtlety, sophistication, and turn it into something uniquely yours? This is where the real magic happens, discovering your signature print. It's not about having a closet full of the same pattern, but about identifying the styles that make you feel most confident, authentic, and at ease in your own skin. Here's how to find it. 1. Pay attention to what you reach for again and again. Go to your closet. Look at the tops or dresses you actually wear, not just the ones you like in theory. Which prints do you consistently choose? Maybe you've already been gravitating toward muted florals or narrow pinstripes without realizing it. That's a sign your instincts already know what suits you. Start noticing patterns, literally. Ooh, are you drawn to curves, symmetry, botanicals, neutrals? That's your style voice starting to speak. 2. Tune into your mood when you wear prints. Style is deeply emotional. How do you feel when you wear a bold paisley blouse? Does it energize you or overwhelm you? What about a soft vine pattern on a flowing dress? Calm, elegant, powerful? The prints you wear should support your mood, not fight it. If a pattern makes you fidget, feel overdone, or distracted, it's not your print. But if you find yourself standing taller, smiling more, and forgetting you're even thinking about your outfit, that's your zone. 3. Think about the message you want to send. Every print says something. Some say, "Look at me," while others say, "Come closer." Some say, "Bold and artistic." Others say, "Elegant and grounded." Your signature print should align with how you want to be perceived. If you're in a stage of life where you're embracing calm and simplicity, soft monochromatic patterns might be your best friends. If you're rediscovering your creative side, maybe a structured abstract print in earthy tones feels just right. There's no one right answer, just the one that matches your current chapter. 4. Match the print to your lifestyle. Are you someone who loves polished looks, even when running errands? Or do you prefer comfort but still want a touch of style? Your prints should match how you live, not just how you want to look. For example, if you love gardening, nature prints may feel more natural and aligned with your lifestyle. If you're often at social events or church gatherings, elegant paisley or jacquard patterns in flattering tones might become your go-to. 5. Try a signature accent print first. You don't need to build your whole wardrobe around prints. Sometimes all you need is 1 or 2 signature accent pieces. That could be a scarf with a muted botanical pattern, a blouse with delicate vertical stripes, a printed silk kimono you throw over basics. The beauty of a signature print is that it becomes part of your identity, recognizable, without being repetitive. People begin to associate that elegance, that grace, that quiet confidence with you. Final note in this section, your signature print doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be true, something that makes you feel at home in your own clothes. When you find it, you'll know, not because of how it looks, but because of how it makes you feel. Up next, we'll wrap things up with a few timeless principles that can help you make any print work for you, no matter the trend or season, so you can always show up feeling like your best self. Here's the truth. No magazine or runway will ever tell you. You don't have to dress your age. You get to dress your energy. And if your energy is vibrant, curious, strong, and evolving, then your style should reflect that. Not some outdated idea of what a woman over 50 is supposed to wear. Style in this stage of life isn't about rules. It's about freedom. It's about knowing yourself well enough to say, I don't need to follow trends to look relevant. I need to follow what feels true. So if you love prints, but you've been feeling unsure of how to wear them now, consider this your permission to reset. You don't have to give them up. You just have to be more intentional with how you choose them. Let your prints reflect your values: elegance, strength, grace, personality. Choose patterns that frame your face, that echo your mood, that spark quiet joy. Choose pieces that whisper presence, not scream for attention. And most of all, choose what helps you walk a little taller, whether it's a soft floral on a flowing dress or a barely there geometric on your favorite blouse, because you're not here to blend in. You've lived too much, felt too deeply, overcome too many things to wear clothes that make you feel invisible. You deserve prints that celebrate every layer of who you are, your resilience, your warmth, your quiet power. So go ahead, explore, refine, play a little. This isn't about hiding flaws, it's about honoring your story and wearing it beautifully. And remember, the most stylish women aren't the ones who follow every trend. They're the ones who understand what suits them and wear it unapologetically. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this video made you think differently about your wardrobe or gave you a moment of reflection, I'd love to hear from you. What prints make you feel most like yourself? Drop a comment below. I read everyone. And if you want more style advice that honors your age, your essence, and your evolving beauty, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new tip. You've earned the right to be seen. Make sure your clothes let you shine.